wouldn't have gotten half this shit if I knew it was gonna fit in the burrito, alright? Look, I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew it wouldn't.
We open on Caesar, minutes after Ronald McDonald evacuated himself on the courtroom floor. So, Caesar, you've been escorted to the back room by an Aarakocra bailiff. For those who don't remember, an Aarakocra is like a bird person, pretty much. So this bailiff, he takes you to the back room, and you're kind of sitting there, Caesar. And at first, nothing happens. You know, you hear like everyone's freaking out in the lobby. You were kind of escorted out pretty quickly because at first no one really knew what was happening. They thought like something serious happened, so they kind of like rushed you out of there. But when they realized that Ronald McDonald shit himself and that's it, they kind of just like they cooled themselves off, and now they're just kind of cleaning the mess up while this recess is going on. And remember, it's a 15-minute recess. So about 5 minutes into this, the bailiff, who hasn't said a word to you, you're kind of sitting in the corner of this room. He walks over to where you are, places a phone on the table next to you, a little burner phone, and turns around and walks away. And he's not looking at you or talking to you or anything.
I look at the phone and I power it up.
There's only one number in this phone.
It's the number 7. I say, look
I
call it. I text the number. Yes? Question mark.
You start getting a phone call.
God damn it! And I pick up the phone.
Hello, Caesar.
You gotta clear your throat or something?
No, Caesar.
What are you drinking?
I'm just so thirsty. I'm in
It's
prison.
fucking good, bro.
I'm in prison. I can't. There's not a lot to drink right now. I'm just so thirsty. I need to know, Caesar, what you said about breaking me out if I did this right for you. Do I have your word that that's true?
I'll do you one better. You have my feathers. And I take out a feather and I'm rubbing it onto the microphone.
You can hear it.
You hear that?
Caesar. That feels like a feather to me. Us bird folk, we really gotta stick together. So I'll tell you what. I can be ready in 5-10 minutes. When do you want me to go?
10 minutes.
Okay.
And make sure when they're taking you down, or when you create your hostage situation, however it's going to play out, you let them know it's for the years of subjugation of the feathered people. The feathered people of Arkney.
I think I could pull something like that off. Alright, Caesar. I'm gonna need you to eat this phone. There can't be any evidence. I'm gonna need you to eat the whole thing.
I wasn't waiting for your permission, buddy. I hang up. Okay. I hang up, and I'm chewing the phone.
Okay, make a constitution check.
Okay, 17. I did a 17. It's about the second one I made.
You snap this phone in half, and then eat both halves of this phone. No. You taste a lot of like Bitrax, like, you know, like the shit they put on like Nintendo Switch cartridges so that like children don't eat them. But you may.
Is that right?
No problem.
I am gonna cast what's that called? Disguise self.
Oh God.
Who are you disguising yourself as?
I make myself look like the most pitiful little bird man. I'm like Mr. Rogers. I'm like Mr. Rogers and all the other old people that you have immediate sympathy for. You know, I'm wearing a nice little suit. You know, I look like I look like everybody's grandfather. I am the pinnacle, the ideal form of grandfather.
Okay. But you're still Caesar, right?
Yes, I just look nice.
Like a clean
dressed
Caesar.
up.
Okay, I like
Clean, nice, very homely, pitiful.
What's your voice like in this form? Like, do you still talk the way you normally talk?
No, I talk differently. The air cocker comes in, and I say, I don't suppose you have any water.
Yeah, I've got a little bottle here.
They haven't given me much water since I was in here.
Well,
I was just really thirsty. Thank you.
the shit they do to us. The shit they do to us. You drink all that water, bird boy, and then we're going out there, and we're gonna get you off, man, because you should be innocent. I just looking at you now, I think you're innocent. We got your ass. Let's do this shit. As you walk out into the courtroom, there's kind of everyone kind of hushes. Shh, shh, shh. Everyone's looking around. The judge turns and looks directly into your eyes, and he says, "Caesar Rasper, your attorney hasn't returned yet. You're gonna have to defend yourself for now." Fade to black. We cut sometime during the intermission that went down the recess. Benny and Frank are kind of walking together. What are you guys talking about? Frank, you're still coated in shit. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom and wash up.
Well, here, don't worry, because this was all part of the plan. So Ronald, because it's not Frank, it's Ronald right now.
Okay, Mr.
Ronald, in his giant giant hat, and his bolo tie and outfit. Yeah, Doug Dimmadome himself is caked in shit, walking next to me, walking at a brisk stride towards the bathroom. I would assume we would have came out before everybody because,
Yeah.
you know, like, I was already on my way out.
As you
walking.
push your way out of the courtroom, by the way, Alfonso, he takes the left. He's carrying his bag of holding. He's going to go make this drop-off that we had agreed upon last session. And that's going to be
Alright.
happening off screen.
Gotcha. So I'm walking in the bathroom at a brisk pace, talking to Benny, and I say, "Well, partner, I told you I could clear the room, didn't I?" So I'm walking to the bathroom with Benny, and we walk in.
I post
And I'm
up out
looking-
the front of the door, so make sure no one comes in while you do this.
Perfect, just like we planned. And Ronald walks into the very back stall and opens it up and finds the change of clothes that he had already stashed before the court started,
Okay, make a perception check.
which explains the different outfit.
Yeah.
Black jacket, blue shirt, tie, no bolo tie. He has to go with what he brought. 18.
18. As you walk into the bathroom, you notice that there are two other people in this bathroom in the stalls. And one of them seems to be using it pretty hard.
Okay. Well, as I'm caked in shit, I'm not really too concerned with these guys just taking a little shit in the toilets. So I walk in there and I close the stall behind me and I start to get changed.
I'm gonna say this takes you about 5-6 minutes to get. You have to wipe your ass a couple times, and it was a wet shit you took. So
Oh yeah.
you're ripping through your fingers, poking through the hole. You gotta
Yeah, terrible toilet paper, one
Yeah,
fly
yeah,
at the
it's-
courthouse.
disgusting. In the meantime, the two guys
We
that
can
were
bring it up to the mayor.
yeah that's what you guys are gonna talk about with the mayor. The two guys in the stalls, they kind of wrap up, and they both come out at the same time and go to wash their hands as you're finishing up in your stall. What else are you doing in here? Anything else? You just getting
No,
changed?
I'm just getting changed. But before I walk out, do I hear these guys saying anything that might reveal if I know who they are? Or do I get any good information out of them?
No. You look at their legs under the stall. You're not getting anything from them. You notice that one seems to be a child, probably about 14, 15 years old, and the other one, his
Was
legs.
the one ripping it up?
Yeah, he was absolutely. And the other one, you look at his legs and they look like plant legs. They look like tree bark almost, like wrapped around vines or something like that.
Okay.
And they just seem to be. They're not talking to each other whatsoever, but they are walking eerily close to each other.
Okay. Are they walking out?
Yeah, they start walking towards the door to exit.
I wait for them to walk out before I walk out.
Okay, make a perception.
I don't
check.
know why, but I just want to do that. natty 20.
Ooh, you notice they stopped at the door, and they're just standing there.
I take my phone out and I text Benny. We got a problem.
Benny gets a call on his new burner phone that he bought after his last one broke.
Okay.
And he sees the text that we got a problem, and he slams the door open to the bathroom. How close are these guys standing at the door?
Before you go to slam the door open, right? And then you look at the bottom of this door, and you notice a flower poking out under the bottom of this door, and a couple stems and vines, like kind of growing out from under this door. And it seems to you like something is spreading over the door and sealing it shut. So I'm gonna need you to make a strength check.
Could this possibly be athletics?
I'll give you athletics.
Okay, we don't have to.
No, yeah, you go back, get a running start. I'll say you could try to burst into it.
All right, let's go. Okay. 18.
Damn, we're rolling high.
18, you slam into this door, and it absorbs your shock. And you kind of reel back and look at the door as vines are like creeping out through the cracks of it and sealing it shut. Okay,
No,
Ronald,
it's okay.
Benny, I need you both to roll for initiative.
20.
I rolled low. 8.
Trev, do I have my pistol with me or no?
I don't know. I would say you probably wouldn't have brought it. I mean, unless you
Okay.
want to make an argument for it.
No, I don't think I would have brought it either.
Okay, that makes sense. Frank, do you leave the stall? Boss doesn't want you touch in this case.
Who do you work for?
Names. Look, names are not important here, okay? What's important is we're willing to pay, we're willing to do whatever we got to do, and I mean whatever, to keep you out of that courtroom. So, how about we keep this easy? How about we keep this light? How about you just walk outside with us right now?
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I need to get out of this bathroom. It really reeks in here. All three of us were just doing real damage in these stalls. And so Ronald is going to walk out with them, but Benny's outside, so.
As you go to walk to the door, the plant creature kind of like turns to the kid and goes, ah! And the kid turns back to you and he says, "Hey, what's going on with the robot bitch outside? He just tried to bang into the door."
He probably needs to shit. It's a bathroom.
Okay, listen, friend. If we get out there and you start screaming or making a scene or anything, I mean, it's not going to be good. I mean, we can do this if you want to do this, okay? But play it cool here for me, please. I don't want to have to kill you. You're just a lawyer. You got nothing to do with this case. What's it matter to you anyways?
I agree. I completely agree. Let's just draw on out of here.
Cool. Okay, we can start
Just
talking
be
about...
cool. Everybody can be cool. Everybody's cool. I'm cool. You're cool.
The plant creature touches the door with the vines, and the vines start like traveling down his forearm and wrapping around his shoulders and stuff. And as he's doing that, we actually cut to Alfonso during the break.
Alfonso is off at a bench eating a burrito. He's got the suitcase right there at his side with 2,000 planks.
Okay, I'll say you're just right out front of the courthouse.
The prosecutor's name is Bartholomew or something like that, right?
Bartholomew Bunny, they call him Snowball.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking around for a bunny.
Yeah, he pushes his way outside, and you see him kind of like walk up to the bench, and he sits next to you, and he leans back, and he says, "Damn, that shitty friend of yours is real crazy. So you got what you need? You got my
I'll say,
planks?"
well, I got what I need, this burrito right here, but I also got what you need, and I kick the briefcase over to him, and it lands at his feet.
He picks it up, and he goes, "Ooh, yeah, that's real wine. There's some fine-ass, genuine-ass planks you got here, buddy. What's your name again?"
Alfonso Alvaradi, pleased to make your acquaintance. I trust that you will know what you have to do now.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'll
trust
look.
that you'll hold up your end of the bargain.
Absolutely, bro. I'm gonna look the other way in terms of witness tampering, which is evident. I mean, look at you guys. You guys are going around talking to everybody. It looks like we have 2 recants already, but yeah, I think it should be fine. I got you. But look, like I said, your friend's got to bring heat, okay? Because I can't just throw this case. Okay, I'm gonna look like the worst fucking lawyer in the world. Okay.
We wouldn't want you to throw it intentionally because then it would look too obvious.
Exactly.
You know, we want you to, make it look real, as they say. You know, if you're in a fake fight, you're not supposed to be pulling your punches. You know, but hopefully we'll reach the desired outcome.
With this 2,000 planks, you got my word, man. No dirty tactics. I'm playing it straight and laced. Okay. I had a few tricks up the sleeve, but I'm just sticking to the straight evidence, and we're gonna let the evidence tell the story here.
I appreciate it as Alfonso continues to eat his burrito.
What's in that burrito, Alfonso?
I got some carne asada, some rice, some beans.
He kind of
standard set.
he opens up the briefcase and he says, "Looking a couple planks light here. Let me get that burrito."
Planks light. Can't be serious. This is my lunch. All right, we counted up that money ourselves.
Can't skip lunch.
Yeah.
Why don't you? Here, if you need some lunch, I'll give you a few of my own planks. If you need to, do you need to fucking go to
Damn.
Dead Burger or the Thick Noodle?
It's not about the planks, Alfonso. It's the principle. That burrito is looking fucking tasty. Carne asada, some rice, unheard of.
You're gonna take my burrito?
I'd look at that, bro. That's the fattest fucking burrito I've ever seen in my life. If you don't throw that burrito right here, it's a no deal.
You can't be serious. What kind of a deal is this? Taking another man's burrito.
You don't
just
even
because-
need it.
Fine. Here, take the dang burrito if that's what it takes.
You put it in the briefcase. He slammed his
the
shut.
refried beans start to spill out onto the planks.
He picks a few of them up. Pleasure doing business with you, Alfonso. And here's my business card.
Thank you. You know what? Here's mine.
I don't.
It
I don't know
says Alfonso Alvaradi, drug pharmaceutical.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know when I would use this, but I'll take it. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Alright.
All right. See you later, Alfonso.
Yeah.
Alfonso, I think you sit out there and kind of grapple with the fact that you lost that burrito for a little bit
I
longer.
just lost that fucking burrito, man.
We fought
just
for it.
came
We
in
fought
thinking
for
he could
it.
take whatever he wants.
Finally, the recess seems to be ending. Do you file back inside?
Can I do a perception? Because didn't I was
Yeah.
sitting next to Benny in the courtroom, right? Can
You
I
were.
look around for Benny?
Well, actually, Benny was on the witness stand,
Okay.
and
Is he within eyesight of us coming out of the bathroom?
no, I would say the bathroom's off to the corner. I'm saying, if he wants to look
If
for
I'm
you,
getting ready
he
to
can.
go in, can I look around and at least look for Ronald and Benny?
Yeah, you enter the. Okay, you enter the building and you see Benny, kind of looking up at this door in front of him, and it looks like the bathroom door.
Next, that's a 5 perception check.
5 perception check. You look at that and your first reaction is, Benny really needs to shit.
Benny, man, he's gotta. Wait a minute.
And this
Can I
kinda-
do an insight to if Warforged soldiers have to go to the bathroom or not?
I would,
That's his
with
weak
the
check.
5 perception check, I would say that you're too caught up on your burrito being ripped from
I'm
you,
not getting a burrito, man. I can't believe that guy lost the burrito.
that I think you would walk back into the courtroom at this moment.
Dang.
He's like, I would have the shit if I had a burrito right now.
Yeah, if I had a burrito, that would have been me.
Can I try to catch Benny's attention as I go and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, you can say that. You can call out to him.
Like, hey, Benny, what's going on?
Benny's gonna make a perception check to see if he even hears you, because he's trying to bust down this door. I hear you. Benny looks at you. How far away are you from Benny at this point?
I'm walking like within 10 feet of you.
I'm like, Benny waves to you, says, "Come here, Frank's. I'm sorry.
What's
one of
going on?
McDonald's in the bathroom, and there's
Hey
other
Benny,
people.
you wouldn't believe what happened. This fucking burrito. I was only eating I only got to eat half of it, and then he took it.
Jesus.
But hey, at least now, we got a little ace up our sleeve, if you know what I mean. The rabbit is in the hat.
Okay. Benny draws his warhammer and readies his piercer bolt on the door for when it opens.
Oh, snap! What's going
fuck.
on here?
Oh god.
And I
it's
like
so blah,
investigate to see if there's like something going on with the door.
blah. Are you cross-eyed? You can't tell what's going on with the invisible?
I don't know. Has the plant growth already gone away?
No, it hasn't. And actually, there's like a little bit of it. Like it's still like the vines are still reaching out, and they're kind of starting to get to the point where they're licking Benny's like feet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro,
kind of
what
like.
the fuck's up with these fucking vines, man?
They're licking my feet.
Oh my god.
Not literally licking.
You know what? You know what I can do about some of these vines? You know what I'm saying? I take out my bottle of isopropyl alcohol. And I cast a little firebolt on the vines.
Okay, before we go any further, I would like to point out that this bathroom is like you go out of the courtroom, hang a right, hang another right, and go all the way down, and this is where the bathroom is. So it's pretty far from the courtroom. So if something broke out here, it would not immediately disrupt court proceedings.
I'm looking around being like, okay, yeah, there must be some type of reason why they chose this location. So I'm just going to try to indiscreetly just start a little fire to make the vines catch fire. Try to get rid of them off the door.
Okay. Do
I'm
that?
pretty sure within Firebolt that it says anything that's flammable catches fire.
I think so.
A creature object within range,
Yeah.
a flammable object that hit by the spell ignites.
Okay.
These vines catch fire.
Yeah, and right as you go to like light them on fire, you notice they start pulling back, and then you blast them.
Let me roll for damage and everything. Just
Yeah.
I don't know if it's some type of creature that it can maybe take some damage. Cast Firebolt. A 1. Does a 9 hit?
9 does not hit. So
Saving
as you-
face plus 3. The 12 hit.
a 12 still misses, but
Flash of Genius does a. I'm gonna throw all this stuff. Does a 16 hit.
a 16 hits.
Alright, well, I'll use my saving face and Flash of Genius already, but then it takes 15 damage. No, with the Savant takes 19 damage.
Hey,
Jesus.
man, it's staggering.
Hey.
As soon as the vines start to retract, Benny's going to try to bust down the door again.
You burn this thing, right? And then we cut back to Ronald McDonald's perspective. As this thing is like pulling the vines onto his arm, it feels the burn, and it instantly rears back and shoves its hand back into the door and coats the door back up with this shit. And then then Frank, combat breaks out because they're fucking with this thing on the other side of the door and being hostile.
Okay, well, Ronald just backs up towards the nearest, wall, and it's just, acting like he's trying to stay out of it.
Okay. So, Alfonso, I'm going to put you in at the bottom of initiative because you came in last.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Frank, you have an action here. You're just going to, play it safe and try to play it cool?
Yeah, I'm playing back, and saying, fellas, what's going on? I need to get back to the court.
Sorry, man. You've got 2 people on the other side trying to get in, and we can't let you out of here, man. We're going to have to hold you here till the case is over.
And I sigh and I sit down on the floor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say with that, we cut back to the court. And we find ourselves with Caesar. Caesar, what are you doing when you come back into the courtroom?
All right, so I'm looking around. I don't see any of my friends. I see Randy. Randy was there, right?
Yeah, Randy.
And I sit next to Randy, and I say, "Randy, the fuck is everybody?"
I don't know, man. He shit himself, and there was shit on the floor, and Alfonso got a little bit on his face, and he said something about a burrito and something about a bunny. He walked out, and then Benny he just kind of he followed Ronald. It was crazy, man. It was a whole thing, and you would have hated it.
Randy, when I'm in jail, you better give me some fucking money so I can buy honey buns in the slammer.
No, man, you're not going to jail, man. Don't say all that, bro. Look. Yeah, let me show you something. And he gets under the desk real quick. Do you go with him?
Yes.
He opens up his suitcase, and you see a couple vials of flamingo in there. And he's like,
What?
He's like, listen, man, this shit will really give you the fucking edge you need to get through this court case. And he's trying to push it to you.
Can I do whatever flamingo is? I can roll if you want me to. But I'm also asking.
It's heroin.
It's basically heroin. It's what Alfonso cooks up.
He's gonna do that in the courtroom.
It's heroin.
He's just offering it in the courtroom.
Stop giving you a pile
Randy, you
of
give me those pills I gave you.
Dude, those fucking pills were fucking so fun, bro.
Giving them me.
No. I used them all. There's no more.
God damn it.
No.
That's why we gotta use this flamingo shit. Listen, man.
I take the vials and I stick both of them in his thighs.
Shit, Caesar. That's
And I do it quickly. And then I pull him in and I get up to his ear. I say, "Time to get Randy," and I let him go. And I stand up and I say, "The defense is done resting," and I sit down.
He pounds his chest a few times and he goes, "Let's get Randy." And then the judge says, "Hey, okay, we're kicking things back into gear, buddies. Okay, I don't know where your defense is.
Buddies.
Looks like we're also missing a witness. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but look, Caesar, you got a witness to call, or are you ready to take the stand yourself?"
I think if I don't do it now, Judge, I won't find the courage to do it again.
Do what? Take the stand? Okay.
Yes.
Come up here. Take the stand. And
I go up there and I take the microphone off the thing and I sit back down.
back in your seat?
Yes.
Okay.
Say, what am I supposed to do with it now, Judge? I took it.
The bunny comes up. He's like, I guess I'll just question you there. But
Randy's starting to feel the effects.
yeah, Randy, he's going. That's the way cookie crumbles. He's still trying to think of like jokes, but he's fucking off his
Fucking
rocker
drooling.
Right now. Yeah, he's crazy.
Truly saying ad hominems.
Yeah.
Your mom's a hoe.
I know what you are, but what am I?
This is like heads drooping to one side.
Guilty until proven
Innocent.
So Snowball, he kind of walks up to you and he says, "So Caesar, you, my friend, are, of course, convicted. Not convicted yet. Sorry, jury. You're being charged with 9 murders."
He's saying this. He's got reek-fried beans across his cheek.
He does. He's got a little hot sauce on his shirt. And he says, "Caesar, 9 murders. That's nothing to just let slip by. You know, this is something that has to be addressed if we are going to uphold the sanctity of Arkney and its laws and its practices. So you understand that this has to be done."
Yes.
Caesar, you mind if I ask you a question real quick?
Go ahead.
In your point of view, what happened on the highway?
I was just driving along with my friends and we were gonna get that burger and these guys come up to us and they're hitting our van and they flip our van and they come out and I'll be honest with you, I don't remember much. I just kind of remember afterwards.
Okay. So you're saying you were attacked.
Mm-hmm.
I should remind you, you are under.
I've been attacked all my life, mister.
Whoa.
I've been attacked all my life.
We don't gotta make it
I wish I
about
could say this was the first time I felt attacked from every part of society, mister.
that. Society's not.
Let's
attacked.
just say I'm used to it, mister.
No,
This
sir.
wasn't my first day at a radio, mister.
Don't turn
But
it
you know
into
what,
something
mister?
like that.
Mister, I've learned you just gotta keep your head down. You gotta keep trucking, mister. That's all I've learned, mister. I'm trying to get my CDL, mister. I'm trying to get good. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to earn some benefits, mister.
I just want to
My
ask you a
401k
question.
tank, mister.
I know
ever since-
everyone's is. Okay, listen. In your police file, you're described as a Class 7 warlock.
Mhm.
Do you mind telling us and the people of the jury which entity you serve? Because as a warlock, you must serve some entity.
The thing is, mister, when I was in high school and I was talking to the guidance counselor, he said I couldn't do nothing. I said I wanted to be a basketball player, mister, and he said, you gotta be realistic, Caesar. He said, warlock's definitely the sort of thing for you, mister. I just did what he thought was best, mister. I think my problem really has been never sticking up for myself, mister. I just gotta say. Ever since then, I've been a warlock, and I've been trying my best to do good with it. But it's just so hard in this sort of world, mister.
Okay, that aside, that's a lot. You should really talk to somebody about that. But
I'm trying. I'm right now, mister.
no, this isn't the proper channel to disclose that information to me. But you didn't answer the question. Which entity do you serve? There's evidence. Well, some people they serve the gods. There are some people that serve devils. And we've even known some people that serve spirits or specters of some sort. So, I'm just wondering which do you fall under specifically? Which god, which entity? I want the name.
I have to say, mister, the entity I've served the most, and I'm afraid to say it, is the sickness inside of all of us. Is the sickness inside of me, mister. You know what? I tried the jum juice early in life, and they told me I shouldn't try, but I was trying to fit in, mister. No one wanted to be my friend, and I needed them, and I wanted them on my back, mister. So they'd stop bullying me so much, mister. So I started drinking the jum juice. And I think I've been serving that entity my entire life. And I've tried to kick it, mister. And they told me at the CDL class, mister, that I can't be drinking the jum juice behind the job. But I just can't. It's hard to kick it, mister.
So they didn't even accept you for the CDL?
No, mister. See, the thing, I went to the CDL class. And I took my friend Randy here. Because he's a young man just like I was once. And I was taking him trying to improve his life. And he showed up. He showed up just like this, mister. And I don't know, mister. But you come from the places I come from. It's not good company. This is the smartest guy I know right here.
Randy?
I asked him for help. I needed him to training. He was the only guy I knew.
His jaw's falling off.
Yeah, he's a zombie. So like,
He's officially like overdosing right now.
He's foaming.
Randy leans forward and he goes, "How do you like them apples?" And he stays there for like the next 10 minutes.
Reset for an overdose?
No, nobody says for the overdose. He's a zombie, so no one really cares. Actually, what happens is the bailiff kind of walks over there and just kind of like and pushes him under the desk. And so then what happens is this bunny, he walks back up to you and he says, "Caesar, I get it. You're down bad. Things are bad, right? Please tell me about what happened at the Dirty Bubble."
I don't like to talk about the dirty bubble, mister. Please don't make me.
No, you have to. It's a testimony. You have to talk about it.
If you really want to, don't yell.
Make
Just
a
don't
perception
yell.
check to try to get out of talking about it.
Perception?
Yeah,
Persuasion.
persuasion. Sorry.
Like, what am I perceiving besides my own sadness?
Your ability to lie. And then acting upon that.
I got a 15.
That's
A
pretty good.
15. Okay.
Yes.
So this guy says, "I really need your take on the situation. You know, we have some video cam footage and we have a witness we can go to if you're not going to give your point of view."
It must have started with the guy who's trying to get me in the CDL. He's my parole officer, mentor. slash business associate slash lawyer slash tax preparer. His name's Benny. He's a robot man. He's my best friend, and I love him more than anything in the world. And I guess he was too busy to come help me today. But Benny's dad was in a tough spot. See, me and Benny's dad are cut from the same cloth. We're from down bad. He's the Stickies, man. I know he can't hold down a job. He goes and he tries to work at Dead Burger, and he sticks all the buns to himself. It's nasty. And they took my friend Sticky, and he couldn't get away because they just grabbed onto him, and he was so sticky he couldn't get away. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Sticky.
Listen, he can't help how sticky he was. He was born that way, mister. He was born sticky.
Sticky, who's also on trial, goes, yeah, man, it was fucking insane, bro. Every time, bro, they fucking touch me and I stick to him. It's fucking crazy. I can't keep going. This Sticky.
He's going insane, mister. The weight of the burden, this burden is too heavy, bro. It's too heavy, mister.
Okay.
They took my friend, and I saw red, mister. I'm just a small little guy, but I said, if I die helping my friend, then it was a life worth living. And so I ran in there, and they beat me, mister. They beat me real good. He bit me so hard, mister. He bit me right in my gooch, mister. You ever been bit in the gooch? I asked you, jury. Think about your gooch and think about being bit there. Can you imagine?
They all say,
gooch, mister.
no, never been bit in the gooch, no.
This is kangaroo court.
Show him like your wound and everything, man. Like
I pull out my gooch and I expose it. I get my gooch out. And it's it's nasty in there. There's scar tissue on scar tissue. There's pus.
It's kind of
There's
infected
more than
too.
one injury.
There's pus.
Yeah. So he looks at it and he says,
The courtroom.
I think we've heard enough. And he starts to kind of like wrestle this fucking microphone from you. Do you take it from me? Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, you've talked enough. Really, quite enough. Sticky, why don't you come to the stand? Sticky comes to the stand, and he says, "What do you even want me up here for? I ain't never touched nobody, man. Everyone I touched, my fingerprint would still be there because I got a sticky fingerprint.
Finger would be there.
So you already know I'm not killing nobody. So this is a fucking kangaroo court right here, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it." He says, "Sticky, I just want to get your take on this situation because they're saying that you were held hostage. And I'm getting a few other witness reports that seem to validate that point. Is that the truth? And if so, why were you held hostage?" And Sticky, he kind of leans forward and he says, "I don't know. They never told me why they picked me up, but I think they saw something in me. Raw, untapped potential. In my stickiness.
They were gonna prostitute him, Judge. I didn't want to say it on the stand, but they were gonna sexually traffic Sticky.
Stop, man!
They knew.
This is on record. They're gonna think that about me. They're gonna think I'm a prostitute. You can't be saying stuff like that." Him and Sticky start arguing across the courtroom. Stop crying! Why are you crying so much?
I think Randy's dead.
Oh my god! He's always been dead. Randy's always been dead. That's his whole thing. Look, jury, judge, bunny boy, we can't keep doing this, man. Look at us. We've struggled. Our whole life is a struggle. We can't keep going about it like this. Just let us go, especially me.
Oh my God.
And so the Snowball, he's like, okay. As you can see, he was definitely a hostage. And so that kind of, that goes along with Caesar's story, for sure, of it being a hostage situation. However, despite the fact that it was a hostage situation, you still murdered those people. Are you... Sticky, take a seat. We still found many bodies. Now, you can explain away the highway situation as self-defense. Yes. We have some witness testimonies agreeing with that. The person who died at the Quickie Dippy Mart, we're not finding any real relation to you, Caesar. However, the death of Riley Reynolds, and the two Garys, and two Miss Tart, Beefcake, I don't see how we can explain that away as self-defense. It seems like they provoked you and you attacked them. I mean, Self-defense is stretching a little bit. That's all I gotta say for now. And he goes and sits back down. Caesar, you're free to speak now.
I stand up. I walk into the middle space. Ladies and gentlemen of Arkney, you've heard my story. You've seen my attorneys. You've heard Sticky's testimony. We know these witnesses recanted. Why did they recant, I ask you? Did they know that they were part of a system designed to keep the bird folk down? Did they realize they were part of the problem? Did they become anti-racist, we would say? And shouldn't that be what we all want? To be anti-racist? I would like the judge to do me a personal favor if he can do that for me. I want the judge to check in on the situation in the prison systems. I want to hear what the ratio is, bird people to non-bird.
I mean, it's a big ratio, Caesar.
The bird to non-bird person ratio is something that I think would be of great import for this case, and I would like to call for an official investigation right at this moment. Just the judge reaching out and getting us those facts. Please and thank you. God bless you, your honor, your honors. The defense rests.
Okay, we'll get that information brought in. And he kind of leans over to the bailiff and he starts whispering in his ear. He says, and the bailiff, he stands up, straightens up, and he goes and walks out a back door, and he's like making a phone call as he walks out. And about a minute later, he comes back and he says, "It's looking at like an 8-to-1 ratio of non-bird people to bird people."
Damn. I get it. And I say, is that sustainable? Citizens of Arkney, fellow citizens, us bird people are hardworking people. We're trying our best. You know, we steal the meatball subs under your feet sometimes, but do you really need it?
Stop.
I ask you.
Fuck you. Not the meatball sub. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the only thing I'm guilty of is caring about my friend Sticky. Not wanting to see him prostituted. Would you like to see your friends prostituted? You're telling me just because this man is Sticky, his danger of prostitution is of less great import of you. Imagine if you had Sticky sons and daughters and they were prostituted. How would you feel? Poorly, I would assume.
The judge kind of, like the jury kind of gives a collective, "Aw, he's got a point." And they're kind of like talking amongst each other. And as this conversation is kind of going off, the bailiff who has re-entered the room, his walkie-talkie, which he forgot to silence, sparks to life. And you hear very quickly, Something's going on at the prison. We need all available officers at the prison immediately. There's a riot. There seems to be some kind of riot going on. Hello, copy. And he cuts it off real quick, and his eyes are wide. He's like looking around at the courtroom. He says, I gotta go. And he runs. And we cut back to the bathroom with the rest of the group. So, Frank, you're standing in the corner. Vinny, are you going to try to bust this door down again?
Is there some kind of check I could
How long
make?
are we picking right back up where we left? Or are we...
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, how long... Okay.
So, at this point where you guys are, the court the case has just started back up again.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Is there some kind of check I could make to see if my piercer bolt could cut through this door?
It should just go straight through.
Yeah, it would definitely pierce straight through the door, but it wouldn't help you open the door. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like, it would just kind of like shoot through a thing of bark. The best way to go about it is either the way Alfonso went about it or the way you were trying to go about it at first. It just needs a higher roll.
Right, I guess I'll bust it down.
Like,
Get a running start.
Okay.
I want to do that check, and I roll a 14, so that's
You
my
got a
turn.
14. Alfonso is going to give you assistance in some way.
Oh.
Like, since he's
Can
on
I
the
give
other
him
side.
advantage with the help action?
Yeah, if
Or
you want
like-
to. I'll say you even like
Boom,
kind of like
boom.
heat
20.
up his 20?
On the
Does 20
advantage
do
check.
it?
A dirty 20. Okay, so Benny, this time you rear back and you run and you jump into this door and punch through it. And you slam through a collection of vines and land in the middle of the bathroom. These two guys have Ronald McDonald pressed into a corner and they're looking at you. And you notice a vine connecting from the little boy Jack, his spine, and is connecting to this plant monster. And it seems they're connected in some way. And with that, Alfonso, you also enter the room.
Do I have any movement left?
I'll say you have probably a few feet left. Yeah.
Can I move as close to Ronald as possible? I'll take attacks of opportunity.
Okay. So you go and you slide in to Ronald to kind of like put like a barrier between you. There's gonna be 2 attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
So,
I'll go into a rage as well.
Okay. So you go and you slide in, right?
Mhm.
The kid with the axe, he goes and he brings his axe down and he slashes you in the shoulder as you slide in, and he does 13 points of damage. But it's
Okay.
halved because it's a
That's-
slashing damage, I think.
Yeah.
With that, the plant guy, he kind of rears his arm up into the sky, and he like builds like a vine that's like really heavy, and it's almost like a mace, and he goes to slam it onto you, but he misses completely.
Okay.
With that, I'll say it's now Alfonso's turn.
I would like to ask. Seems like this dude, Firebolt, he just regrows himself. So I'm gonna cast 2nd level Ray of Sickness on this thing, on the plant dude. That it?
Oh,
Is that a
90-20.
20? Hey, did I crit? Is that how you
Yeah.
roll D20?
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, bro, I crit dog. I crit. I'm
hard,
about
dog.
to roll 68s.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
What?
Oh! He crit, so he doubles the dice roll.
Oh my god.
So this dude takes, with Alchemist Savant, 35 damage.
35, is that
And I need you to roll a con save against being poisoned.
okay? Well, as a plant, he is immune to poisoning, but
Dang,
he does
he's
take
like
the
a freaking
35.
Venusaur, man.
Yeah, he does take the 35 damage.
He's a grass poison type, man.
I'm gonna freaking go whole lawnmower on this stupid plant right now.
Frank, it's your turn.
Alright, Alright, so is everybody engaged in combat right now?
The 2 guys, like, they're only attacking Benny and because he's pushed in. They were not being hostile towards you, Ronald.
So Ronald is gonna try to wait for his moment and just sprint out of the bathroom towards the courtroom.
Well, they
I'm
actually
taking a gamble.
they
Oh,
both
wait.
took attacks of opportunity on me, so they can't take another one. If you want to run out of here, they can't take another attack of opportunity because they only have 1 reaction per round.
That is my goal. I'm gonna literally try to just get up and sprint out and be like, I have a court case to get to, and just try to run out.
Yeah, so you, as this is happening, they're fighting with Benny, and I'm gonna say you kind of like slip into a stall and then slide under like the stall, like the little partition boards, and you slip through the door and you're out, and no one has noticed.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a perception check for both these characters though. Neither of them can find you. You rolled so well. So
Okay.
you're out, and they're still fighting, and it's Jack's turn now. I'll probably say you're about probably like 2 turns away from, like 2 more turns of full running, and you'll be at the courtroom.
Okay. That's fine. I'm with that.
So Jack, it's his turn now, and he looks at Benny, and he looks at Alfonso. You guys are both within range, right, at this point, or no?
Yeah, I am for sure.
So Jack, what he does is he kind of rears back and he goes, ah! And the vine on his back starts pulsing, and these vines that were around his forearms start expanding and growing and wrapping around him like armor. and he jumps into the air, and he seems to be faster, he seems to be stronger, and he seems to be more durable now. And he is slicing at Alfonso. Alfonso, 20 hits, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This guy slices and digs it straight into your shoulder blade, and
Oh, it
just
cuts through my lab coat, man.
tears up your lab coat. And he does 29 points of damage.
Holy shit!
By the way, these characters, their names are Jack and the Beanstalk, and they're like a duo. Anyways, so
That's fucking funny.
But Jack is the vine guy.
no, Jack is a little
Jack
kid.
is the kid.
Oh, I thought
It would be
Jack-
funny if they were just reversed.
Just reverse.
Yeah.
The kid's like, they call me Beanstalk.
So, the Beanstalk, he jumps up into the air, and he is going to try to now grapple Benny.
I'd like to see him try. I get advantage on grapple attacks.
I'd say.
He fails completely.
Trevor, how does the rework Piercer Bolt? Like, how does the damage and like attack roll for that work again?
Yeah, so the Piercer
Your
Bolt,
best attack.
it takes one rage to use. It does
Okay.
1d20 plus 5, and it crits on an 18, 19, or 20.
All right, I'm gonna Piercer Bolt this dude. 12 damage. That's it.
Okay, so
That could have been like a 40 damage roll.
I also have to let me mark off that, and I'm gonna hit him with my Warhammer next, and then I use my Frenzy attack, and I do. I hit for 22. I'm assuming that hits. I do 15 bludgeoning damage. I got max damage on that.
nice.
Nice.
So this guy, he's
lot of damage
pissed,
in total.
and he kind of rears back as Alfonso. It's your
You just
turn
took
now.
34 damage.
Oh,
I'll be right
Alright,
back.
fine. Well, if fire won't do it, and if poison won't do it, then let's try acid. As I go to cast Acid Arrow on this frickin' plant behemoth.
So Frank, it's now your turn.
Alright, so Ronald is just he's just sprinting full speed down, I'm assuming kind of like an empty courtroom, so you can hear his feet like echoing on the tile like throughout the hall. And I'm just using all my actions to just run as fast as I can. I'm like using my dash. Because I can dash, and then I have another thing that lets me take a bonus action to dash again. So I'm just like full sprinting.
Okay,
as fast
with
as I
that
can.
dash, I'll say that you actually make it to the courtroom in this one single turn. And you're right outside, you're like collecting yourself, you're catching your breath, and you hear what's going on the other side. Caesar, what's going on the other side? As this is right after the riot was announced.
So everyone's looking scared, or everyone's wide-eyed. No one really knows what to do. And I'm sitting, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, do I keep going? And then I see Doug Dimmadome show up, and a smile spreads across my face.
This is what you see. The doors of the courtroom burst open, and standing wide-legged, hands on hips, I just start screaming, "Inadmissible!" I'm just yelling. I'm saying, "Inadmissible!"
You're still running. No, you're still
Inadmissible."
running.
Yeah, I'm running down the lane. I'm pointing at people in the jury. I'm saying, "Inadmissible!" I'm pointing at the prosecutors. "Inadmissible!" I see you on the defense, on this witness stand, and I say, "Caesar, get down from the stand!" And I'm looking at the judge, and I say, "How dare you? Is this kangaroo court?" And I take my jacket off, and I throw it on the floor. And I'm trying to just make a giant scene. Can I roll for performance here?
Yeah, your jacket actually lands directly on Randy.
He's bad.
Oh, no,
He's
no.
seasoned up.
Oh, fuck. I rolled a 10.
Okay, you come off a little goofy, but continue.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, yeah, I'm goofy. I have no jacket, but I'm running, and I'm saying, "I don't know what has been said since I have been in the bathroom. And by the way, I do apologize for the smell. Who among us has not taken a gamble on one?" I say, "I demand to this needs to start over." And I look at, what's his name, Bunny? And I say, "Bunny, Snowball, this is how you want to win this case, brother. You want to win this case against..." I look at Caesar, who's like obviously like been crying on the stand. You want to beat a man down like this? No attorney in front of all these people.
The
A man of color.
I made a feathered man.
A feathered man.
Don't. Hey, this is not
Bird
the time
feather.
for that. Okay, listen. Your boy, he was cool with defending himself. So.
He made me do it.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
He made me do it.
I think he was forced. I think he looks like he was forced up on that witness stand. Caesar, were you forced up on that witness stand?
He yelled.
What did he say to you?
He said I have to do it or I'm a little shit baby.
And I turned.
Say
and
shit,
I-
baby,
and I-
one time.
That's what
Your
I
Honor.
heard.
Your Honor. And I look at him when he says I didn't say shit baby one time. I'm looking at him with the most intimidating look of all time, staring at the briefcase that he's got. Like I'm looking back and forth between him and the briefcase that he brought back into the courtroom with him. And I kind of roll intimidation.
Yeah.
As if like if you took our money and you don't fucking fall on this case, I will murder you.
Okay.
20.
Okay, so
What does he say?
he goes, oh, listen, you little piss baby. You wanted to be up there. You said you wanted to be up there, and I said I was gonna put you up there, and you said it was fine. So
Oh,
you're being
no,
a piss
no.
baby right now.
Your Honor.
Stand up.
This is so classic. This is so classic.
It's kangaroo court, Your Honor. Kangaroo court. Get my boy down from there.
All right,
Let
so
me down, Joe.
are we gonna
There's
have
still
a
another
mistrial?
witness that needs to come up. There's another witness that was on the docket before Caesar. Where's Gary?
Gary's coming. Gary's coming.
Get my boy down. Before I
Okay,
start throwing
okay.
tomatoes at your face.
Okay. Don't. Where do you don't have tomatoes?
You don't want to take a gamble with me, buddy.
Okay. You're the gambler today.
Before
All right.
I get down, I go to the judge and I say, Judge, I don't want no hard feelings, Judge. This is just par for the course for someone like me. I walk away.
That's sweet.
Pitiful like.
And I sit down at the desk and pick my jacket back up off of Randy's rotting corpse.
it's kind of foamy and it's got a little bit of like skin on it now, but you put it on and Randy you kind of see him like kind of climb back up onto the counter and he goes, "What's up? What's up, Ronald?"
Randy, what the fuck, brother? What in the absolute fuck? Are you high right now? I swear to God, I'd slap the fucking undead teeth out of your fucking zombie mouth, you yellow belly, rat faced fucking dead undead motherfucker. I swear to God. And now I'm foaming at the mouth in rage
Okay, look,
that he would let Caesar get up on the stand and that he's high as shit in the courtroom.
Caesar seemed like he knew what he was doing, man. I just really
Gave you an opportunity here, Randy.
Don't-
Gave you an opportunity and you squashed it.
I'm still getting Randy.
You are kicked out of R&R. as
No!
You are.
No,
You are
please!
going
This is a whole
back
scene
in
in
the
the
dead
courtroom.
burger, Randy. I will turn this courtroom around, Randy.
No, please, just give me one more chance.
Shut the fuck up. Don't make a scene. Don't goddamn make a scene. Maybe we'll talk about it after. Get it together. Say something fucking funny before I shit my pants.
He's like,
Is Caesar back with us?
Caesar is now back with you.
I've shuffled back.
And
I
he-
put my arm around him. Oh, wait,
You
what are you
smell
saying?
like shit,
No,
Frank
Randy's
Ronald.
leaving.
Don't
for
worry, I
Ronald.
took a shower. Live. I'd say, listen, Caesar. Did you get up there and do the waterworks?
You know it.
You think it played?
Yes.
Oh, let's fucking go, baby. And Frank is reaching out under the table to give you a fist bump.
I
Are you
shake,
gonna-
I shake his fist bump.
All right. All right. So what do you think? You think this fucking crusty old prosecutor's gonna throw this case or what? We just paid him fucking 2,000 fucking planks.
Only thing he still got is he still thinks we killed those people in the dirty bubble. I'm saying we pin it on the Vig. He doesn't matter to us.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to make making an enemy of
play
him.
it
Can
out.
we
We can
can we
play
put it
out.
on Riley?
We can play it out. You and me getting the little fisticuffs, and you destroy me, and you go up there and you say, "How can a man like that kill all those people? It must have been the Vig. He was on the scene. We get everything we need."
Oh, why don't we just pin it on one of the dead guys? That way we don't burn an ally.
I feel like the Vig is so desperate for friends. He'll forgive us.
All right. You know what? It could work. See if we need. Let's have that be DEFCON 5 scenario. If we need to throw the Vig out there, throw the Vig out there. As of right now, I think we just plead the fifth. You just get up there and say you don't know what happened to them fellas. And anything that did happen was self-defense. You went into a blind rage. You can't remember. You were in a fugue state. and we'll get Gary to testify the same thing, and then we'll throw the bitch under the bus if we have to. Is Gary going up yet?
Gary is now walking up to the thing, and he sits down and he says, "Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Gary."
Ronald saunters up to the front of the courtroom and he says, "Now, Gary, as a working man, I know that your time is very valuable. And every second you spend in this courtroom, second you could be out on the street making some money. And I do apologize. Hey, I do apologize that you're caught up in this here kerfuffle. So I promise I'll be brief. I can't speak for this poofball over here, but I'm gonna ask a couple questions and get out of your way. Now, do you recall hailing a cab with Caesar Raspberry in it? T-minus however many days ago it was.
No, I didn't pick him up. I haven't picked Caesar up in probably a week. Last time I did, I had quite a bit of complaining after that because he left feathers fucking everywhere. The thing you gotta know about Caesar Raspberry is he's one dirty motherfucking son of a bitch. And he leaves feathers everywhere he goes. So if he was in my car, I would have known.
So you are saying you were not driving a taxi on the day of this fateful shooting on the highway where 5 vicious murderers and rapists were murdered on the highway, tragically, by unknown assailants. So I'm just asking. No wrong answers here, only the truth.
I got into some flamingo. I started sucking it up. Eating a bunch of it. I don't know how. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I injected it into my gums for straight impact.
You were gumming the mingo?
We've all been known to gum some mingo, right? Look at that fucking son of a bitch zombie over there. He's dirty as fucking dying.
Pretend he's not there, please. He's just staying on my reputation, that sorry motherfucker.
I mean, he seems cool. I wouldn't count him out yet, but he definitely...
Don't talk about him.
Okay. So listen, man, yeah. I was on the gumbo. And...
So you were out of commission on the Mingo. You couldn't possibly have been driving in that day. That fateful accident.
And you know what's
where the murderers and rapists were murdered.
Absolutely. Those fucking murderers and rapists. They were murdered. And let me just say before we continue, they deserved it. Those fucking stink. Because if they're out there murdering and raping people, they don't deserve to be alive. That's my 2 cents. And I don't know if that's going to play with the criminal justice system, but that's what I got to say.
Hey, and I can, you know what? Retweet from me there, brother. And I got one final question for you. My good buddy Caesar, now I do know he's a dirty, disgusting bitch. Cleans up well, though. And I point to him, because aren't you said you're cleaned up, right? And I'm trying to win some appeal. He's zoned in. You said you're spiffed up, right, Caesar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to win some favor with the jury here, pointing that he cleans up. I said, but he's not the type to do something like this, is he? You wouldn't think that he's... I mean, has he ever been... What is your experience with him? Does he have a good heart? Good soul? Despite the dirty shit crusted, vomit-coated exterior?
So he's clearly bullshitting here, right? I'm going to make a little deception check for him. He starts crying.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
That boy Caesar! He tutored my kids!
What the?
He tutored them! He taught them everything they know! My kids are no good sons of bitches and stupid. So stupid. I dropped
Ronald
my son.
just walked up and put his hand on his shoulder while he's crying.
Look at jury's getting tissues.
Yeah, Ronald's like, let it out.
I've dropped my son 6 times since infancy. That stupid motherfucker couldn't pass a math test if his life depended on it.
He never catches himself.
The deck was stacked against him from the beginning.
Every time he just falls.
And Caesar, well, Caesar saw something in him that nobody else saw. And he started teaching him math. And now, my son knows everything about numbers. Caesar's so good at math questions. Ask him a math question. I'm sure he'll
Is he
get it
in the
on spot.
gallery?
Yeah.
Is the kid in the gallery right now?
He is. He's deformed. His head is smashed. He kind of looks up. He
Ronald turns around and goes, 2 + 4.
You got it! You got it, son! I'm crying.
6.
Yes!
I'll rest my case, Your Honor. I'll rest my case.
It's a miracle!
And I sit down and I let the prosecution get up to talk to Gary.
So, Mr. Gary, cute kid you got there. Real good at math.
real good at that.
But something about your story just doesn't add up to me, buddy boy. And, well, if you weren't driving the cabbie that day, who was? Who would have your cabbie? And we actually, when we picked you up for questioning, you had your cab, you know? So, I'm just a little confused on what happened to it. Gary looks at you, Ronald, and he's trying to think on the spot. Do you mouth anything or say anything or indicate anything?
Ronald mouths the word stolen. Stolen.
So he looks at this guy and he said, "It was rolling. I left it somewhere and I left the parking brake on and it rolled down the hill and I couldn't find it." He misunderstood what you were mouthing to him. So he's like, "And I found it 2 weeks later." Or 2 days later, sorry. Weeks was a bit generous on my part. I found it 2 days later, and it was under a bridge, and it was beat up and dirty, and it looked like it'd been in a wreck. So, I don't know who drove it. I did find cum on the dash. I found some cum on the dash. So, you do with that what you gotta do. You do some DNA testing. But I guarantee you scan that cum, and you're not gonna like what you find because it wasn't me. So, no further questions, Gary. Please take a seat. And Gary gets up and walks away. All right, everybody. For my next witness, Bunny says, I'd like to call Cassie to the stand, Miss Cassie Arthur. And you guys hear like a soft thumping as a kangaroo comes and sits down in the witness stand.
Thanks, I hate it.
And she leans back and she goes, "Hi, my name is Cassie Arthur. I'm a kangaroo, and I'm a kangaroo person hybrid. You know, she's got a little pouch and it's kind of hanging. She just looks like a kangaroo person, pretty much. But she's like, I'm also the head of arcane forensics at the Arkney Police Department, and I have some details pertaining to this case." And with that, we cut back to Alfonso and Benny. So Jack is turning back to Benny, and he like gets down and he goes to swipe at your feet with this thing. He hits 18 damage.
Okay.
And then once he does that, he kind of pulls back a little bit and he's ready for his next attack. Meanwhile, Beanstalk, he after being shot with that acid arrow by Alfonso, he turns to Alfonso and he goes to grab him by the neck, but like he's like attacking his neck essentially. So he's slamming into him. First attack hit misses completely. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah. Ah, dang. 14 equals my C, so that hits, right?
Yeah. Dang.
So his second attack does hit, and he does 22 points of damage to you, Alfonso.
Ooh! Is that total?
Yes.
Still good.
So he goes, he swipes, and you dodge the first one. You go, whoa! And then he fucking slams into your abdomen and chucks you to the side a little bit. And
Looking very busted up.
yeah, very busted up.
We're still good.
You don't have to fight Alfonso. You can run, but he says.
So is it my turn now?
It is Benny's turn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna pierce your bolt this freaking beanstalk
Nice. Okay.
again. This time it's gonna do something. All right. D20 plus 5.
Ooh.
18. I crit. Okay.
Yes.
So it's 2d20 plus 5.
Yes.
And I do 16 damage, less than my other one when I didn't crit.
You rolled a 5 and a 6 on a D20.
Oh.
That's why I think this weapon needs to be reworked.
Okay. 16 is still quite a bit of damage, but that's piercing damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this guy like vulnerable to this shit or something?
He should catch fire.
But I'm about to do him something that he's gonna be vulnerable to.
I'll frenzy attack and I'll hit him with my hammer, the
Okay.
beanstalk. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, 21 hits.
I do 13 damage.
Okay, describe the attack.
Okay, so Benny, angry that his piercer bolt's not doing as much as he wants it to do, goes back in with his hammer and he clocks his beanstalk in such a way one of his little seeds pops out.
You hit him and his little mouth flap opens and like 4 seeds fall out, and a few popcorn kernels. And how much damage was that again?
13, the bludgeoning.
He's looking significantly weaker, but still very strong.
All right, Alfonso's looking very busted up and hurt, but he's gonna go. I'm so tired of this dang beanstalk. I'm talking
I'm
Southern.
so tired.
So I'm so fucking tired of this fucking beanstalk. All right, fine. If acid and poison of O2, let's go back to fire. And I cast firebolt.
He's
on him.
angry, bro. He's angry.
Badass.
He's still
sad that a burrito got taken.
lunch, bro.
He can't something about a
Oh,
burrito.
my burrito.
He's channeling the hot sauce in his fireball, bro.
Bad day for the fawns.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
A 17 will hit.
Alright, that's gonna be 15
I
fire
hate the way you
damage.
said that.
15.
Does he take
fire
extra damage because
He
it's
does.
fire?
He is vulnerable to fire, so he takes 30.
And then
Oh.
I'm gonna cast a second level healing word on myself.
So you get hit. He gets hit
I
with
get
this flame, and
nine
he gets
healing
completely engulfed and slams up against a wall. And this thing is pissed now. It's angry. And Jack, it's Jack's turn now. So Jack the kid, he kind of grabs the vine and like kind of pulls the monster, the beanstalk, closer to him, and he like jumps up in the air. And he's going to slice at Alfonso's head.
Oh, geez, man.
Okay, Alfonso,
What can you roll against me?
15.
Hits.
With a 15, Jack, he goes and he brings his axe up and he goes to slam it. And he's going to, like, try to go, like, through your chest.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
Yeah. He's,
Brutal,
I
man.
might die right here.
They're trying to kill you.
I've been healing word myself.
12 points of damage.
Burrito.
Damage. We're still good.
Yes, this thing embeds itself into your
What a
chest.
tank.
And you're fucking, you shriek. You're like, what?
We're still good.
This thing held together by healing words right now.
He's
Rachel's leech is keeping him alive.
He's pumped himself up.
The beanstalk, it being his turn, he now, he kind of like slams his arms into the ground and like plants a bunch of vines into the ground, and he is now rooted to the ground. So with this, his speed is now 0, so he can't move. He can still attack and defend, and his AC goes up to 18 now. So he's much harder to hit. So now,
Beanstalk guy.
yes, he's gonna try to slam two attacks into Benny. First.
Oh no, that doesn't look good.
Okay, let me think.
That's a lot of dice.
Benny's not even bloodied yet.
37 points of damage for the first hit.
Benny might be bloodied after this one. Okay, what's half of 37?
Like
15 plus
18, no, 19,
But then it rounded down.
it's like 16.
18.5.
16?
No, I'm gonna be wrong.
No, it's 18. It'd be 18.
18?
right?
Okay.
Half Because it's 18.5 rounded down as 18.
I'm sorry for leaving you guys in this fight, but I had nothing but unarmed
that's
strike,
fine.
and all it does is 1 damage.
Benny's
And I
bloody
don't get
at this
sneak
point.
attack with it. So
I'm
I can't
oily.
use it.
Benny's oiled up.
His second attack is actually a crit failure, and
Oh.
so he kind of he goes to swing and he misses completely, and smacks his friend and does 3 points of damage.
Nice.
Dang, he should miss and unroot himself.
Also, he swung with so much momentum, he just roots up.
It draws an
out.
attack of
He
opportunity.
pulled the tiles off the floor.
Yeah, for real. Next time maybe.
Uh-oh. Hopefully there won't be a next time.
Benny,
Hopefully you kill this motherfucker
it's your turn.
and burn his body.
Benny, seeing an axe buried in Alfonso, realizes that he's going to have to start attacking 3 times a turn like he should have been doing the whole time. So he starts doing that, and forgets the Piercer Bolt because it's not going to do anything. So he starts going ham with the hammer. Okay, so hammer attack 1 on the Beanstalk. 18 with his armor class, right?
Yes.
Okay, first one misses. Second one hits for 13 damage. And third one misses.
Okay, so you just give that. The first glance, the first attack just glances off of this guy, and some bark flies, but it immediately rebuilds itself. And then the second attack actually hits him in a chink and goes a little bit deeper, dealing 13 points of damage. The third attack also misses, and it's now Alfonso's turn.
Axe still buried inside of me.
Partially. I mean, he's like pulling it out right now.
Okay. Ugh. I'm so tired of this freaking plan. Firebolt. Ugh, come on.
What do you roll?
Let's find out.
Oh my god, it's so close to a crit.
So low on damage though, only 10 damage.
Well, 20 damage.
My spell slots are just healing words. Alright, get another 5 HP back.
Okay, you're saying
Oh,
burrito
no.
to yourself over and over again.
Burrito.
So what ends up happening is you blast this thing and it starts to like writhe in fury and anger, and it kind of pats the flames off eventually, but at first it's freaking out. It thinks you've got it, and then you heal yourself a little bit, and then what do? Is that your turn? You gonna move or anything?
Yeah, I do the firebolt and healing word, and that's it.
Okay, Jack, he decides to turn his attention to Benny, and Benny, he's going to go and slam his axe down onto you. 22 bits of damage.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Benny is.
Why is this the hardest fight we've ever had?
Because there's 2 of you,
Oh.
and I
There's
thought,
2 of them.
yeah, I thought there'd be more of you. So these
I
guys,
have a gun.
yeah. So he does his damage, and he just starts slamming his axe into your robot body, and he's denting you up a bunch. And now it's Beanstalk's turn, who turns to Alfonso, who he perceives as the greater threat here. And he goes to slam both of his attacks down onto Alfonso.
It's freaking Beanstalk, man. Come on,
I was
dodge,
about to
baby,
have to go back and
dodge.
some death saves.
Dodge.
He crit fails on the first one.
Let's go. I thought you said he crit. I'm like, oh, well, I'm dead.
So,
The Beanstalk failed?
Yeah, twice.
He falls out of his rooted thing!
Yes.
He said it would happen next time!
He goes to swing, and right as
Keep him accountable, bro.
he
Keep him
stops
accountable.
swinging, he kind of like his root comes out, and he has to take a step and like levy himself out. So he's unrooted now, and his AC has dropped back to 16, and he can move again. And he goes
Slap
to
his cheek.
slam his second attack down onto you. A 16.
For me,
Yep.
that hits.
A 16 hit. I'm gonna do.
Oh,
The fact this happened in the bathroom is primo.
If we ever get out of this, gonna go take some of the flex we got and give me some armor. Okay.
Does 14 pieces of damage to you.
14? We're still good.
We're still good. There's no way.
incredible!
That's
Oh my
crazy.
god!
Alfonso's
Plus
a secret
3 to
tank.
con, so I am a bulky hobgoblin, and I've been healing wording every turn, so just barely keep me up.
You've got to be almost dead though, right?
I am.
What are you doing with your finger?
Petting my cat. So Beanstalk, yeah,
Rubbing his pussy.
he attacks you, and that's his turn.
Tickling the
Okay.
Benny, your turn.
All right. This freaking stupid Beanstalk's unrooted. Then he's gonna go ham.
Okay.
Okay. First hammer attack. 21 to hits. That hits. I do 11 damage.
Well,
First
actually,
attack. 21 doesn't hit?
you sling 21, and seeing that this attack's about to strike him, the Beanstalk touches himself, and vines grow out over himself, and
Snap.
his armor class raises by 5. He's basically using the shield spell.
Using shield
Yeah, pretty much.
as planned. Freaking reactions, man.
Okay.
And so
I've
this
got 2 more
catches his
attacks.
first attack.
Oh, yeah, well, no, it's shield stall range maintenance into effect until his next turn, right? The end of his next turn?
Yes.
Jesus! Okay, well, I don't. Should I just.
Man.
Just kill the other guy. Fuck that
That's
bitch.
what I'm gonna turn to the other guy and start slamming
Yeah,
him.
let me.
I was
get
trying to
the
kill
ball.
the Beanstalk because he's powering up the other
I
guy.
know, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I hit
wait, I'm sorry.
24!
I'm sorry,
What?
Alex. 21 does hit with a +5.
Oh yeah, because 16 plus 5,
Is 21.
it still equals it.
Well, then say that attack was on the bean still. Then
That attack still hits the Beanstalk.
I beamed that boy for
You
11
beat him
damage
twice.
the first
You
one.
beat him
And then the
twice.
next time I beat him for 6 more. And on the last one,
Piercer bolt.
I don't hit the last one. So he puts the stupid shield up and then he crashes through it on the first 2 attacks. And then gets kind of tired on the last one and can't do it.
Okay.
Then he's almost mortally wounded.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
I think I'm very close to death.
I'm 4 points for mortal wounding.
Okay.
We're both mortally wounded at this point.
Was
Yeah.
mortal wounding
Faster.
0?
That's under 10, I think.
Alfonso, it's your turn.
Classified in the book.
Alfonso is breathing very heavily. He's bleeding. He is
You guys on a
so
potion?
hurt, but he's gonna just feebly get out the isopropyl alcohol onto his hands, cast firebolt feebly at this freaking Beanstalk.
Roll.
On baby.
Does shield apply to that?
It
It
applies
applies
to
till the end of his
turn.
next. Yeah.
On baby.
I can't believe this Beanstalk's a caster and is this freaking
16
buff.
damage. That's not gonna hit.
It's now Jack's turn.
I'm gonna attempt to healing word at least.
Okay.
give
How
me
many
a
of those do
fighting
you
chance.
have? It's a
I
cantrip,
think the
right?
last one, isn't it?
Well, cantrip is the firebolt, so I have infinite amounts. Healing word, that might be one of my last ones.
Yeah.
But I get 8 HP.
This is bad.
I can't wait for Benny and Alfonso to go down together.
This is
Get out of
really
here.
bad. I did not think that these guys were gonna be this fucking strong.
Well, this Beanstalk's a caster and is also
Freaking
buffer than
Beanstalk,
me.
man.
This Beanstalk has more HP than me, confirmed.
Yeah, probably.
Well, he's got like 200 HP. He has to. You guys have hit him for 34 times.
He's also resistant to piercing and bludgeoning, and
Of course he is.
so that's why Biddy's not doing as much damage as he could be.
I
So,
think the piercer bolt should do fire damage. It's a fucking laser, isn't it?
I mean, it makes sense for it to be like a gun, like piercing, too. Like that's how we were like. I don't know. We never said it would have fire.
I don't know, the Piercer Bolt sucks. I'm never going to use it again.
Okay, we'll have it decommissioned.
Literally the worst piece of ancient technology ever made.
So
A hammer does more
So
damage
low
than it
on
on average. A hammer does more damage. It's stupid.
So Jack, he goes and he kicks off a wall and he goes to slam his axe into Alfonso's face once again. 15. That's a hit. Okay.
Good night, Moon.
The night moon.
That's
15
save time.
hits?
Alfonso?
Yeah, I thought your armor cost 16.
It's 14.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So I'm saying I need some armor.
This is unbelievable.
24 points of damage.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I
no.
should have hit him while I had the chance.
He
Oh,
knocks
no.
your jaw loose and cuts through one of your cheeks.
Jeez,
And
man.
Alfonso, he crumples. And this is the first time we've had a player go down. Vinny, what is your reaction to this?
Benny's filled with an immeasurable anger, and not only an anger that is because the fact that Alfonso is now part of our group, but a programmed anger, a primeval one, that was the fight alongside his allies till the very end. So he's going to hit this tree and do half damage because get cucked, I guess. First attack
Silence is
hits.
what's going on.
I crit actually
Oh, that's a
on my
crit!
first attack. I do 18 damage. That's gonna be a half to 9.
Okay.
On a crit?
Exactly. This is unbelievable. And then the hit, I missed the second one. Third one, I hit. Do 10 damage. Get half to 5.
So in
So
total,
you
how
do
much?
14 damage with 2 attacks.
With the crit. 3 attacks. Oh, I guess I missed one.
Well,
but
you
yeah.
missed the one.
You go on an unbelievable frenzy against this Beanstalk, and he seems like he's on the edge of his life, and he's like he's crumbling. He's up against this sink, right? And he's like gasping, and he kind of grabs this rope that he's got to this kid, and he snaps it in half, and he starts withering as he does that. And he looks at the kid and he goes, and he says that, right? And then now it's Jack's turn. So Jack, actually, Alfonso, I need you to make a saving throw. A death saving throw.
Okay, and I can use my flash of genius
Yeah.
on saving.
Oh, you
throws.
still have it.
Nice.
Just a flat D20, right?
Yeah.
I got 1 in the positive.
Oh
That's
my
one
god.
So
Well,
Jack,
Yeah.
he's going to slam his axe into Alex one more time, into Benny's character.
That.
He misses, and he's going
There's
to
a light.
try and run. And Benny, you're going to get an attack of opportunity on him
All right.
if you want to take it.
He's running.
I had no other reaction, so yeah.
Make the attack.
I hit for 6 damage.
Okay, you smack him in the back of his shoulder, and he kind of like propels him forward a little bit, and he's trying to run to the door. He's leaving, and you just see like out of his back, like attached to his spinal cord, is like the remnant of like a vine that was attaching these two people together.
Okay.
And you look back at Beanstalk, and he's kind of like withering, and like bark is like falling off of his face and stuff. And Beanstalk, he goes to first of all, he goes to root himself again, and his roots dig into the ground. AC goes up. He can't move anymore, and he goes to attack you. 16.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. He misses.
Put this bitch out.
That's his turn. He gains 10 HP at the end of his turn for being rooted.
Can I do a strength check to pull this guy out of the ground?
I'll let you, absolutely. It's your turn now.
And then, can this be athletics?
Yes, the kid is leaving, by the way, the 14-year-old.
I wanted to go grapple him, but I'll get an attack of opportunity. Probably get clapped on my way to go get him. So I'm just going to try to pull this guy. Yeah, but he could be attacking Alfonso if I leave Alfonso's body
True.
here. And I don't want Alfonso to die. So I'm making 8 athletics check. No, I get advantage because I'm raging. 24.
Oh my god.
Hits.
I was about to say, where was the
wrap
advantage
your
on
arms around this fucking tree trunk and yank it out of the ground, and he's unrooted. And you see the roots are like fucking writhing like worms or snakes at the bottom of him. And what do you want to do now that you're holding him? I'm gonna let you be, what is it? I'm gonna let it be a grapple.
I'm going to say I hate weeds, and then I'm going to freaking dunk this guy in the toilet.
You're gonna give him a swirly. Okay. So
Just to demoralize him.
you lug him over to the thing, and
It should do poison damage or like necrotic damage to this
Okay.
plant.
So how do you want to do this exactly?
I want to hold him under the water till he stops breathing.
Okay. So you kind of pull him out, and you kind of fall backwards, and his head falls in the toilet, and you reach back and you start flushing the toilet.
This is assuming that he
there's
has
no
like
water in the
a
toilet.
human respiratory system. I guess. Does he breathe normally?
No.
Gonna give him root rot.
Yeah, you're giving him some mildew. He starts he's freaking out and stuff, and it's now his turn. He's gonna try to escape from this.
Okay.
So it's an
I'll
opposed
do
check.
strength. Yeah, I'll do strength check. I get advantage on it. Okay. What did he roll?
19.
He gets out.
Okay, he fucking explodes with roots, and they fucking stick to the sides of this stall, and he's like climbing out above the stall.
Is he? So he climbed above me. Has he moved willingly out of his attack range, or is he just
No,
like?
he's still within attack range of you.
Okay, I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity and get Alfonso and get out of here.
Make a perception check real quick.
14.
That kid you were fighting left the bathroom completely. He left Alfonso on the ground. He did not touch him at all, and he just sprinted out. and this thing in front of you seems very close to death. Like, to the point that you could probably finish it in your next turn. So, I mean, I'll let you do that if you want to make the attack of opportunity and, like, try to go grab Alfonso and run. But it doesn't look like you have to do something like that.
Benny thinks about it, and he says to himself in his head, if I kill this guy, and the kid comes back with some cops, of course they're going to believe that, you know, we instigated something. And if I killed the guy, then I could be on trial next, you know. They almost got me on trial with this one.
Okay.
So Benny is going to not kill this guy, so that if, you know, police informants, law enforcement arrives, he can make the argument that was self-defense.
Nice. Okay. So
And
he
then-
does hit you with the attack of opportunity then.
Okay, how much?
Okay.
I swear to God, if this downs me, I'm going to freak out.
15.
Okay, he gets half to 7. I'm still up.
Okay, it just kind of like a couple branches swat across your back. And
Benny's
this
definitely
thing-
mortally wounded now.
This thing's also mortally wounded. He climbs completely out of the stall and he falls and like smacks onto the ground in front of the door, and he starts climbing out. He's leaving. He's sprinting out. He runs
Oh.
away too. Yeah, Benny's reasoning makes sense, and he made his choice.
And Benny's also ahead of this guy because his action would be after mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have 40 feet of walking speed, so I'm fast.
Okay.
So do you want me to go and roll some death saves now as we're getting out of here?
Sure.
I'm running to the main courtroom, by the way.
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you're running with Alfonso in
In
your
my arms.
Alfonso, make those death saves.
That's a 6. Flash of genius up to 10, so positive.
Ah.
Nice.
That's another success.
This guy is outsmarted death.
Ah.
Alright, how...
Oh, 2 crew.
Mm.
One
Wait, how many do you have to make?
If you
3.
crit fail, you
I
die,
just need
right?
One more success.
But if
Well,
you crit
hold
fail
on,
here,
but
don't
if
you
I can
die?
get into the courtroom,
Right,
someone can help us. That's what I'm saying. How many
that's fine.
turns does it take to get to the courtroom, Trev?
2. It was
Okay.
2 for
Been like-
Frank.
You've already made 2 saves.
Yeah, so at this point it's been like 12 seconds.
Yeah, so I burst into the courtroom after he's made 2 of these saves, and I say, I need a doctor! Holding Alfonso.
Randy Owen steps forward and he says,
I'm not you, Randy!
"Okay, never mind."
Let the man speak.
Another guy steps forward and he starts operating on Alfonso instantly, and you see it's actually the dark elf doctor from
Why
the
is he
Arkney
here?
hospital, and he's just been watching the court case. It's like
What a dope guy.
Yeah, so he instantly stitches him up, and it's expert stitching that he does.
So he
whips
like
the
has
dude-
like spare the dying or something.
Mhm. He whips
It's
him
an
up,
auto save.
picks
Nice.
him up real nicely.
Stabilized.
Alfonso has survived barely, and
Roll another death save to see if you would have died.
yeah,
Let's see.
Well, he
Well, I
would
would have had to roll 2 more or
Oh.
a 1 in order to die, but let's see.
Oh yeah, because that first one.
Another 2.
it would have been 50-50 right here. You would have died.
I would have died,
Alright, so-
bro.
I'm glad I did that then.
Thank God, we would have lost Alfonso.
Okay.
Alvarado. What's
And then-
going on when you burst into this courtroom, Frank and Caesar? What were you guys doing?
The king was about to take the stand.
Yeah. I'm assuming he would have just taken the stand.
We were
Yeah.
patiently waiting.
Okay, Benny, what were you saying?
Perfect time.
After he hands Alfonso off to the dark elf, Benny collapses on the floor and oil is leaking everywhere.
Jeez. You do that, and the robot on your back kind of like detaches itself and starts like welding parts of yourself back together that are like close enough to be like welded back together. And she
That's
is
crazy.
trying to repair you partially, but doesn't have the resources to completely. I'll say that she gives you about 2d10 worth of health.
Dang, that's pretty good. Here, let me roll for it.
2 1s.
Oh, 20. I got max on both.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So
That's some
okay.
news.
Is somebody healing me, or should I can cast my last spell slot for Cure Wounds?
You've been picked up, and I guess you can do whatever you want to yourself.
What does the court do?
The court's like, holy shit, but actually the judge, he stands up and he says, "What the fuck is going on in my courtroom?"
We need to help these folks. Stop the trial. Stop it. This is already A mistrial, if I've ever seen one. We need to stop the trial right now.
The judge, he says, I need the defendant and the prosecutor to my desk immediately.
I stand up and walk over.
All right, listen, Ronald. We can do a mistrial, but let me be honest with you. We're gonna have to go through all this again. We're almost at the end of it. How about we hear out this last testimony and get this done with so we don't have to do this another day?
I look to the jury. Can I roll a perception check and just kind of see like what the vibe of the jury is?
Absolutely.
Because if... 11.
You get the sense that they are wowed by Caesar's performance and also a little frightened by like what's going on here, and also like them hearing that there was a riot or something. They don't know what exactly is going on, and they just have a lot on their plate, and it seems to be looking pretty good for you.
Okay. All right, Your Honor. We can close it out. Let's get it over with quick. My boy over there suffering on the stand. And I point to Caesar.
Caesar, do you want to say anything?
I forgot my insulin at home, Judge. We gotta do something. I gotta get home. I forgot my insulin.
We gotta go fast. He forgot his insulin.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's diabetic, sir.
My lawyer took all my insulin. That's why he was acting like that.
Okay.
Type 6 diabetic.
All right, let's just hear out Cassie the kangaroo and see what goes on, okay?
And they just turn away from like the two mortally injured people at the back of the room and start trialing again.
I feel like Alfonso was kind of dragged into one of the pews, and that's where he's being stitched up by this doctor. And Benny, you've kind of like you just kind of stood up and like
I just sat down.
sat back down somewhere as this thing is like welding you up. So you guys are being pretty considerate with your mortal wounds, but She finally straightens herself out, and she's like, okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, head of arcane forensics right here at the APD. So the first bit of information I really think is important to convey to this court today is that when booking Caesar Rasper here, he actually registered as a substantial arcane threat on our sensors. We looked into it a little bit, and we found a significant amount of devil magic emanating from his person.
That's a racial. That's racially charged.
No, it's not racially. It's not racial. And she says, we think it really has to do with his warlock powers. Now, if they were godly in nature, we would be able to pick up on that. But these seem to be devilish in nature, and rather specifically, they seem to relate to the famine devil. Each of the devils have their own magic signature, is how we're able to differentiate between them and their various gifts or curses on humankind, obviously. What's interesting about this, Your Honor, is that we also found injuries, fire. People had been burnt with a hellfire. And the magic signature of this that we found seemed to relate to the famine devil as well. Pacts with devils are very rare. There's no definitive proof that it is Caesar. However, it is rather rare to find a person who's made a deal with the devil, especially a famine devil. So I would just like to enter that into the evidence, and whatever that does, so be it.
Objection! No relevance to the case, Your Honor. These are subjective values are being asked to be put on the record. Some people like the devil. Objection.
Bunny steps forward and he says, some people like the devil, yeah, that's true, but I mean...
Objection! I'm waving my finger at him.
He goes, fuck, and he kind of loosens his tie a little bit, and he says, yeah, okay, yeah, so but devils aren't inherently bad, I guess, so good point there. And he
Objection, devils are fallen angels, so it is godly in nature.
Yeah,
Well, that's my
Objection, Your
One
Honor.
man's devil is another man's god.
I'm going to open his mouth, and every time he talks, I'm going to yell objection.
Snowball sits down and he says, okay, well, that's no further evidence.
Objection!
Nothing. I have nothing else to add to this.
There's
case.
a lot of cultural problems with it, defining devils and angels and
Racist!
gods. It's racism.
You're
Okay,
a racist.
hey, stop. You guys are just speaking up in court. Why don't you make your final argument? And I want to hear from both of you, actually. Both the defendant and actual person on trial. Sticky, we're going to drop your case, Sticky. There's nothing here that really we can...
Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck.
We
Sticky.
can't stick anything to you, man. And it's really rather
First time
ironic.
in my life. First time in my entire life.
Sticky starts crying, and the tears get stuck to his cheek. But,
The water gets stuck.
I don't know.
Ew.
So, okay, so what are your final arguments?
Ronald is yawning. Walking up, and he's like, I apologize for yawning. But this has been the biggest waste of any of a bunch of working taxpayers' time I've ever seen. It's an innocent man who, if anything, we've received no evidence about whether or not he killed any of these people, only hearsay and people saying that he did. If it wasn't for the fact that he was on trial here today for murder, you would have nothing linking him to any of these murders. All the witness statements were completely useless other than some stupid kangaroo bitch going up there talking about devils.
Racism.
In Your Honor, I'm allowed to say that because she was being a racist, and I have no holds barred for racists.
Racists suck, man. I agree with you on that.
I'll punch a racist in the face. And I turn to the jury and I say, now, I want you all to think about what the system is doing to all these poor folks that look just like my good friend Caesar here. Think about what's going on in the prison system and ask yourselves if you want to be a part of all that misery and suffering. Put another innocent human being in there for something he did not do. And every testimony of every person that's gone on this witness stand to talk about the quality of Caesar's character can attest to the fact that he's a stand-up individual. I mean, shit. I turn to that club-headed kid and I say, 9 plus 7!
Fucking 6 or something.
Think about it.
16.
I mean, shit, that boy can do math, Your Honor. I goddamn. I rest my case.
Absolutely.
Unless Caesar wants to say here. I'm walking around the courtroom with a microphone, like I'm doing stand up, and I give the microphone to Caesar and I say, I'm gonna pass the mic, Caesar, here, let him close. Unprecedented move.
Judge, I don't want to say this is the worst day of my life, but it surely doesn't rack up on there. Now, judge and jury and Mrs. and Misters, I just have to say at the end of all this, no matter how you decide to either throw me in the pen or let me go free and live my life, I just want to say that the promise of Arkney is why I came here. The belief that you could be better than your worst moments. And I rest my case.
With that, the jury stands up and goes to a back room to make their decision. And so, for the jury, with the bribing of the prosecutor, so you guys, I want you guys to kind of get a peek behind the curtain. The way this works is, with all their evidence, you guys started this with a -4 modifier. So, because they had all this evidence. Every bit of evidence you disproved gave you +1. And then every bit of evidence you introduced gave you +1. I give you a +1 for bribing the prosecutor and all that. So, at this point, you guys got like a +6. You guys did a lot of good shit. So I want, we're going to roll 3 d20s and then average that out and then add 6. And if it's above a certain deficit, Caesar goes free. And
We round up or round down on the average?
we round up. So I'm going to roll 3 d20s right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 18.6, round up, 19.
The jury comes back out of the
We're the
back
most
room,
innocent people ever.
and
Extremely.
one guy, he kind of stands up and he looks around the court. He says, Your Honor, we find that Caesar Rasper is, in fact, innocent. All right, can we get a round of applause, everybody? You guys did good, man.
Benny's clapping in the back with his jaw like partially
I'm
unhinged.
very weakly clapping like, oh, finally did.
Randy stands up and he says, "That's a free bird if I've ever seen one."
Oh my
And
god.
he looks around.
I poke over at Benny. He's probably been
You're
working
fired,
on
Randy.
that all day.
Benny looks
We
back
might
at you,
use
there's like
that one all
oil
day.
coming out from behind his eyes.
With that, the case of the people versus Caesar Rasper now comes to a conclusion.
Now I'm gonna go
I mean-
dap up Caesar.
You can do
I'm
some
very
aftercare.
weak.
Some pillow
Very
talk.
weakly walk over to him. I'd be like, I'm clinging on to Benny and like, looks like
You look-
you're gonna be a buddy.
You
Is
look,
Ronald
you look a
nearby?
little hungry there.
Ronald's right there looking proud.
So is Sticky.
Ronald, I first off, I hug Sticky and then unstick him. And then I lean to Ronald and I tell him, we can see how badly, this is the worst you've ever seen Benny. He
Yeah,
says,
I'm concerned.
we need better weapons.
I need a. They're gonna need some armor, man.
Already-
I almost died back there.
I can tell, Fonzie. Listen, I've already been kicking something around in this here noodle. We've already got Gary, and we've got the quickie moment guy,
Humphrey.
Gumphrey. I was thinking we go talk to what was Jerry? Get him involved in our little operation. See if he wants in on the action. He's the weapons guy, right, Jerry?
Yep.
Mm.
So I was thinking we cut him in. We can go give him a talk. And also, we need to find out who the fuck sent those dudes after us today, because that was an act of war. And they're going to have to pay for that one.
Declaration of war if I've ever seen one.
I woke up this morning